just had a brilliant chat for about an hour with this foreign lad, and I was telling him all about the drones, and he's quite an educated kid. We were talking all about the Russians and the Ukrainians, and he's really amazed by the drone. Yeah, it's all mad. In fact, we're going to put the drone away. And which, in fact, he took a little video of it. And he's going to come out another night. Need to put that on. That can go in there. Yeah, it's been quite a interesting evening. Crazy goings on down here, look. Alright, the tide must be coming in now, because this was all sort of clay and that earlier. Yeah, really interesting chat with that lad. He said, "Do you mind if I film your drone?" I said, "No, go ahead." And he said, "We're quite lucky. Obviously, he's not from this country, but he's living here. Very good laws that we have in Britain for drone flying. Yeah, quite interesting. Oh well, this is what this is available for: launching vessels, hull maintenance, jet washing, repairs. No jet skis, no hovercrafts. I suppose because the hovercraft's putting out a draft, I would imagine. Yeah, what an interesting night, man. And he said he comes out most nights down there, so we're going to keep an eye out for him. But yeah, it's not the first person I've met that's been quite interested in it. Not too sure where he's from. But yeah, it's quite interesting. He said, "Do you mind me asking some questions about your drone?" I said, "No, go for it, mate." Then we started talking about the military uses of the drone. Obviously Russia and the Ukraine. And we were saying, I was explaining like DJI and that. In fact, they own the market really, because they're so good at it. You imagine what DJI got tucked away in the cupboard. I mean, you imagine what's being worked on and shit. It's probably a lot more advanced than what, even though he couldn't believe how user friendly the drone was. But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that fly around. In fact, I've got another battery that's fully charged, but got talking to that lad, so I was just showing him. He videoed it and just explaining to him about the law and whatnot. Yeah, it's quite a nice area around there. I quite like going down there. In fact, we've still got enough batteries to have a little fly around, I guess. But, I don't know where all these cars. There's a lot of cars parked along this side, but I don't know where the people are. Medway. What's that place? Dustbin lorry yard. Crazy. In fact, I'm going to stop up here, sit down and have a smoke on the thing, because I've been talking to that lad. I ain't even had a smoke or a drink in me Lucasade. This is where we are at the minute. Got Chatham that way, the dockyard that way. Crazy. Sure that is there, look. That little house, sure it's in there. It's like some kind of, sure what that is. Oh, right, it's a pumping station, look, dockyard pumping station. There's a big pump in there then. Whether it's still active or not, is a different matter. Let's down that way. Here approach. The dual carriageway's a bit lively. If you're slow, get run over here for sure. I'll have to look on the map, see how far I flew there, because I pushed it right out. Flew right over to that island. Yeah, gonna have to have a sit down. I've also got to go to something called Gillingham Park, which is right at the other end. Right up the hill, right at the top, I believe. I've not been in there. But it's mad how that's all been built down there. They've done a really good job. Last night I thought I'd watch a few Gillingham YouTube videos, but there's only old ones from like 5-6 years ago, when all that was being developed over there. And he was walking around, going about, obviously there's a few shootings and that round here, and a few stabbings and whatnot, but that's nothing. Obviously my village is murders, you know what I mean? But yeah, there's been a few shootings here, but I think a lot of it's probably where, not like random shootings, it's probably people trying to rob other people, probably drugs, probably someone's trying to rob another dealer or something like that, do you know what I mean? Taxing and that. But I suppose if you're living in that world, do you know what I mean, you're going to experience that kind of thing, really, I think. And another thing, you don't see many old Bill around here. I've yet to see a police car in my whole stay so far. I don't know where the police are probably in Chatham, too busy. I've not seen any skagheads around here. No doubt there's probably some tucked away, but I've not seen any. Crazy, eh? In fact, it's going to be quite a blowout if they move me to Tunbridge, going from here to there. I might have to start making... Well, I don't know, I should talk to my social worker. I think I can transfer councils, do you know what I mean? There's probably more availability around here to house people than there is in Tunbridge, do you know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people will probably be going, no, I want to go to Tunbridge, I want to get out of Gillingham, but I'm obviously the other way round. I quite like the vibe of the place. No doubt there's some darker vibes out there, but I ain't looking in them places, do you know what I mean? It's quite a mad little community, to be honest with you. No one said fuck all the men. To be honest, if anyone said, I'd just send the fuck off anyway. The way I look at it, you treat people how you want to be treated, you know what I mean? Well, that's my moral kind of thing. If you treat somebody how you want to be treated, but yeah, I quite like it here. But I don't know which you like the council kind of houses and which are what. Yeah, I don't know what's private and what's however. Oh, Chris, how you doing, mate? Am I homeless? No, mate. I've got a 2-bedroom house for the minute. I was never homeless at any point. Which is pretty good. I've got I'm probably going to get transferred though, but my aim is, well, I can get transferred back, do you know what I mean? In fact, I should really ring the council that's trying to sort me out over the other way, because obviously this council is Medway Council, but I'm under Tunbridge and Malling Council. But I don't think I want to live in Tunbridge. I've been there and done that, do you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, we're all sort of on this planet for a good time, not a long time. And I don't mind. Do you know what I mean? This is the start of my new life, do you know what I'm saying? And I quite like being by the water. Yeah. And it's quite interesting visiting the places my dad would have been when he was a boy sailor. So it's going to be quite interesting going to Chatham. Obviously they've got the naval dockyard. Yeah. Because what my dad did, he joined when he was 15. But when he used to get some leave, he used to stay with my auntie in Gillingham. But obviously, that was a long time ago, in the 40s and the 50s. Where it's mainly sailors then, all from the dockyard. Plus it got bombed quite a bit, I think, round here during the Second World War. Chatham, Rochester. But now it's just full of every community you can think of. Yeah, mate, I've lived there all my life, but it's all good. No, I didn't wait for Clarion. I was gone before they were there. But I thought I'd make a point of that. To be honest, I'm a lot happier. I think I was just stuck. Obviously, I looked after my dad for all them years. I think I was just stuck there, but it's all good. I'm quite happy that it's gone this way. Do you know what I mean? I could have dragged it on a bit more, but I didn't. Do you know what I mean? I'm out here to enjoy myself and see what's going on in the world. Who knows where it'll end or what I'll end up doing? Who knows? All I know is that I'm 100% happier. Yeah. Mad, eh? But probably, I think as well, a lot of the hard times that you go through in life make times like this not so bad. Do you know what I mean? I've been in some worse situations. Well, I don't know. But do you know what I mean? If you have a real easy, cushy life, and suddenly the shit hits the fan, you're not going to cope that well. But if you've come from a crazy background, from a crazy little village, full of crazy people, it's not too bad. It's mad, really. Anyway, it's just starting to get dark a little bit. I think tomorrow it's supposed to be really hot, about 39 or something like that. I think 39 is just gonna see me melt away, man. I can't even start operating until about midday when it gets like a bit cooler. But tomorrow it's supposed to get ridiculously hot. You're okay. It'll be too hot and we'll all be... I should go out early in the morning to the shop. Take a bag this time, man. They run out of bags at Asda. I said to the geezer, how am I going to get me a little bit of shopping on? He said, go around by the vegetables, and obviously you get the cabbages and things like that are in little boxes. So I kind of had one of them away. Yeah. Crazy. I must say that it was all a bit daunting at first coming here because I didn't really know the area. But now I've had a mooch about for a week or so. I quite like it around here. There's quite a few things to see. Do you know what I mean? Problem with Tunbridge is I've seen it all. It's all a bit, you know what I mean? I've done that. Completed Tunbridge. Now I wouldn't even mind. Well, I don't know. Rochester, that's quite a nice. Out of all the Medway towns, I would presume Rochester's probably the nicest. All the people from Chatham are probably thinking, what? Yes, well, I would imagine. There's probably more money pumped into Rochester over the years than kind of down here. So now I think Gillingham used to be quite rough, but obviously the videos I was watching, none of them pier flats and that were there. And they're all full up, so what they've done down there looks really nice. But saying that, I think you're going to get you get good and bad wherever you go, don't you? Do you know what I mean? There's lots of migrants around here, lots of people from all different cultures, all blended in, like that kid tonight. But I don't mind talking about my drones, you know, if someone comes up to me and's polite, I'll be polite to them. But crazy. I've not met any, I've only had positive chats with people about my drone. Yeah, mad. Anyway, I sat here and had my little smoke. I was going to have this little spliff when I was down there, but it's not. No, it's just getting dark now, man. We've got another I've got another battery in the bag. Don't know what goes over there. Is that a train line? Is that a train bridge? There's lots more exploring to do. Apparently, there's plenty of. I watch them. I don't know if people watch them. Urban explorers who go into like derelict buildings and that. Apparently, there's a lot of good derelict places around here. Wouldn't mind checking that out myself. Getting in there with the camera and having a look about. I think it's okay recording around here, as long as you're not putting the camera in people's faces and that. But obviously I walk around, I'm just talking to you lot. Not had none of that, put that camera away or anything like that yet. If we do, we'll be telling them to fuck off. No. It's mad up there, look. Bit of wild camping, man, at some point. We'll have to do. I do apologise, everybody. Sitting here chatting, that's not the first time I've hit the mute button by mistake. I've been on it for hours before chatting to myself and nobody could hear me. Hit the mute button by mistake. But yeah, I think if I was to be here permanently, I'd probably get a kayak or something like that. But what I'd do is buy a proper fiberglass kayak or a sea canoe. Yeah, living near the water, I wouldn't mind that. The 177 Hazelmere Drive. I don't know where that is. Ugh, crazy. I'd say it's just starting to get kind of dark-ish. Your brother's got a kayak? Yeah, I'd love to get in one of them and get out there. Good exercise that as well. Especially when you've got access like that, do you know what I mean? Just going straight out into the... And once you're out there, that Hoop Peninsula, which is down now, once you're out there, you can end up, you can end up in the channel. You end up at the sea. Because where the Medway comes in, one side you've got this side, and if you go right across, you'll end up in Essex. Because obviously the Medway comes in from Essex, the Essex side and the Kent side, which is where the River Thames begins, actually, at the River Medway. But you go right across, what is it, Southend would be across there, I think. Jimmy Savile. Trying to think, and the Isle of Grain, that's across there as well. That's not far away, across the water. But what I had noticed is the electricity runs all the way around the line, all the way along there. That hill. It's a massive hill. See, that looks kind of mad up there, didn't it? Hang on. What are they, hills, or is that a massive tree? It's hard to work out what's what. Don't know what kind of jobs in that are sort of happen around here. Obviously, years ago, people would work at the dockyards and that probably came from Gillingham, but I don't know what the industries are around here. I think there's some big old factories that are on all the main roads. Not seen any police at all. The local criminal community must be having it right away, because I ain't seen one old bill around here. What's that, a pub? We'll check out the pubs next week. Yeah, there's a few people up the street now kind of recognising me now, and I'm recognising them. Not that I know them, do you know what I mean? Just smiling at each other and saying hello. So I'm kind of blending in. Anyway, anything that's annoying really is the traffic at night that bums along here. It's quite a busy little area. Saying that, probably deal with that. Not that I'm staying there permanent, but who knows? I'll have to talk to that girl that kind of owns the house or whatever, see what the crack is with that place. I don't know, sort of. That's the problem. I don't know what's council house around here, what used to be, what, you know what I mean, what's housing association and what ain't. I can't tell. There's some places that obviously are, but all these new blocks and that, do you know what I mean? They're probably not going to be for the likes of me or anyone else. They're probably for the rich people, I would imagine, but I don't know that. Anyway, here we are. We're going. This is quite an old house though. It's Victorian, I can tell by the brickwork at the top of the door. It goes in an archway. So it's a Victorian house. Oh man, that's right in here. After being out there, I might have to get back out there in a minute, I think. Because I might have a cup of tea and then go out. Got my boxer, I had to carry my shopping home in. Run out of bags. Everyone was going mad. All these mums trying to carry out all their shopping in their arms. Let's get the kettle on. The little camping kettle. Oh, I'm using my little camping stuff. I've got to get all my pots and pans. Luckily, my social work got me another shopping voucher, so that's going to like see me through now to when I get paid. Then it'll be good. Because I'm already saving money, you know what I mean? To start with, I wasn't. I am now. Hang on, I just got to light this cooker. Oh, that's not the right one. The good thing is there's no gas meter to feed, you know what I mean? Everything's in. So I ain't got the meters to top up. Everything's in on I think it's 38 pound a day, like, yeah. But obviously, where before, at my old house, I'd have bedroom tax. Here, there's no bedroom tax, so I haven't got to pay anything. Thing is, I want to stay here. Like, they probably used to people wanting to get out, do you know what I mean? Get out of here. I want to stay here, man. But I think if you refuse where they give you, that's your lot, I think. So I'm probably going to have to get in there at Tunbridge, wherever they put me, and then get a transfer right out this way, which I think I can do quite easily. Or I might even be able to sort that out, do you know what I mean? It's probably easier for them to house me in Gillingham than Tunbridge and Malden, that's for sure. Medway, I mean, most people try to escape from Medway. No offence, but I'm trying to get in there. But the way I look at it is, I've completed Tunbridge, you know what I mean? Oh, somewhere new and different. It's been really interesting, exploring the area, and obviously I'm quite into history and stuff, and there's just loads of it around here. But at the end of the day, we're here for a good time, you know what I mean? Not a long time. That's what I've got to remember. Shut that window for a bit. Not that there's a lot of air in. Are they charged? Yeah. Got to get the drone on charge. We'll do that straight away. Because we completed, depleted one battery. The Lito. Which will whack on charge. Oh. There's batteries left on this phone, so I've got another mobile down there for the charge. There's 48% left on there. I should start charging. Let's get that cup of tea. It's just too warm in here. That's the only thing, the heating here is just immense. Got my tent down there, look, the inside of my tent. I think that's where I'm going to be tomorrow. That's the coolest place in the house, man. Is there, in that tent. Got a garden, that as well, right here. Don't know who the neighbour is that side. It's, some lady lives this side. I said morning and hello and that too the other day. Lovely weather and all that, but I don't got a clue this that side. I've not seen them yet. Put my crunchies in the fridge, I think. That's just going to melt. Yeah, I'm going to have to go out early, I think, in the morning to Asda's. Because there's no way I'm going to be able to handle the heat, I don't think. I think tomorrow's going to break all the records, according to my phone. 38, 39. That's just too warm for me. I'm going to get the door key. Should I have a tea or a coffee? That's the question. I'm going to speak to my social worker, what he's doing now. I've taught him how my ADHD works. Basically, he now knows, I've told him, basically I need telling, do you know what I mean? Well, I've been with Dad's carer so many years, you get into a routine. And because I lost that routine, I said, he's going to ring me every day, and every other day he comes to see me. And he's going to tell me what I should be doing. Have you done this? Have you done that? And then I'll do it. It's mad, isn't it? How it works, but it's just clearing around my brain. I said today to him, it's because they're not in my brain. I'm able to fucking think about other shit. Yeah, crazy. Tea or coffee, that's the question, people. That is the question. Tell you what, I'm going to have a nice cup of tea. I've got my PG tips over there, but my social worker got me some gold label, which is quite nice. Quite like a cup of tea. I think my social worker, see, he doesn't live too far away from here. But he's the head of adult social services. But to be honest, still, he's been quite encouraging. But then again, I haven't been sitting here. Some people, I suppose, would be cracking up a bit, but I've not really done it like that. I suppose some people can't accept what goes on in their life. But I mean, I accepted it a long time ago. I knew what time it was. Do you know what I mean? Which is why I didn't give Clarion the pleasure of even talking to me. I was gone, man. I was gone that morning. Which is probably a good thing. I think they thought that I was going to be there, ready to fight, and I was ready to kick off or whatever. I've got better things to do than that. That's just a one-way route to the police cell. Which is no use sitting in a police cell because it's really boring. Well, I find it really boring sitting in there. Uh, 42 minutes. Oh no, I missed all the Ronnie Pickering. I missed all the yeah, I do know him. I have to score some gear. Did I fix the boiler? No. Oh yeah, I kind of got it going. Sorry, I missed all them comments there because I haven't scrolled up. Yeah, I kind of got it. Well, what I've worked out is there isn't a hot water tank. So where you'd normally put your boiler on and it'd fill the tank up, there isn't one here. It's an instant, but it's pretty shit. I've been boiling up a bit of water on the cooker as well, because there's no way you'd get a constant stream of hot water because you can't heat it quick enough going around the system, from what I can work out. Yeah. What I've managed to do is let a bit more water in there, so it's giving me a bit more hot water. It's alright if you want to go and put the bath tap on, right, for a quick 1 minute burst and then turn it off again. Then you got to wait and then turn it on again. Or that's what it seems like. Because you would need a hot water tank. And I don't think there is one. Because I couldn't turn well, she sent me down there the other night on the phone, the woman, down into the cellar. When I moved in, she said, "You don't need to go down there." I went, "Yeah, sweet as." And then she's sending me down there. It's quite mad down there. I can imagine that's where people got during the war, got down in their cellars and that, right down there. I would imagine. Anyway, there's me tea. Tell you what we're going to do. Try and find where I put the door key. There's my other drone. I didn't even fly. I might take that one out tomorrow night, show that one to that lad. He was really interested. Quite an educated kid. I don't know where he's from. Spoke very good English. There's the other phone. And the door keys on. Probably right in front of me, man. Drone batteries. Which we didn't even use. It's far too hot in here, man. Definitely, it's far too hot in here. That's all I've got to say. Upstairs is like an oven. So I'm just looking for the door key. She's probably right in front of me somewhere. Well, I'm never put anything in there, so it's going to be in here. Because she said it's the only door key. Not that I've lost it, obviously. It's in here because I've let myself in. In fact, I'm going to stop looking for the key because it's right in front of me, like I said. Just as I said that, I'm going to stop looking for the key. I found it. There's my door. It's out there. My tent. It's where I'll be. Well, I might get out tomorrow. I might try Gillingham Park tomorrow. It's quite a nice park. Green Park. Probably the first real big green space that I've seen in Gillingham. It's probably the big park up there. Obviously where I come from, it's just green everywhere. Hello mate, how are you? I'm okay as it goes. Now I found the key. Go upstairs and roll myself a smoke, I think. Don't know how I'm going to keep cool tomorrow. I'm going to have to get out of this house tomorrow. It's just going to be too hot. I picked up another airport. I picked up another airport as well.
Welcome. Frequency mode.
They might come on and say something. Picked it up. I was scanning on this last night. And I picked up this airband. But what I've been tuning into is all the boats, all them boats we've seen tonight. All them boats and that little pier bit down there. It's they're all on the marine network, which I can get on here. It's quite interesting listening. But they've got so many different frequencies. You've got like the emergency frequency, which would be the Coast Guard. Say I was down there with this and my drone, and obviously I see something. I could then contact the Coast Guard. I'm obliged to. That's why if you've got a radio on you and you're out in your boat, or you're by the water just with your radio, you're actually legally obliged to tune in to the channel, like an emergency channel. Because obviously you could be the ears that hear that emergency call, and vice versa. You could be in a life-threatening situation and you could do the same. But they've got so many different frequencies, it's quite mad, really. A lot of it's boats coming in and out, just general chit-chatter. But that is a plane.
Scanning begin.
We'll scan through. If we go backwards, flick that back. Now scan through loads of frequencies. In fact, we'll scan up. And we'll probably hit some of them boats out there in that and also what's in the Medway as well, which I'll have to go down and have a look at. But it might be a no-fly zone around it from a drone. There's actually a sunken ship right in the Medway with that much explosives on it. It could blow the shit out of all around here, that's for sure. Yeah, mad, eh? But I don't know. It's stuck in the Medway. It's been there years, full of explosives. It's got that much explosives on it that it'll blow London up. You know what I mean? Completely ruin everywhere. But I don't know what kind of fly. I know if I go towards Chatham and then start coming into Chatham, I then hit Rochester Airport, which is a big red. Where's my other phone? I'll show you. On here, look. I've got something called drone assist. See that there? We hit drone assist. Hang on. What that does, it opens a map. See that there? That big red zone. That says you're going Chatham, right? But where I've been flying is, where I am there is, I'm flying out here. But obviously, I can fly there, do you know what I mean? But you start moving towards Chatham, I'll show you what I mean. We'll go into a red zone, boom, and then I get that, look. So that's a flight restriction. And I can fly in there, look, but I need to get approval before I can do that. Which would mean me ringing up the airport, or I think you send it through the app. And then you'll get permission to be in the zone. But that isn't the same in every red zone. But yeah, that's how that works. You can go right up to London. You go into London, and it'll just all be fucking red. No matter where we go, just red everywhere. And loads of yellows as well. But this goes on about Essex and Kent, look. You've got the River Medway coming in there, it's Gravesend, and there's Southend. And that comes right into here, look. Rainham, Dagenham. Orpington. You got like, in fact, that's where I went to see a girl went once. Was in Chadwell St Mary, because I've got the boat across there from Gravesend to Tilbury. Yeah. Chatham. That's where I am there. You've got the Isle of Grain out there. I was right, actually. I was actually right with my where I was pointing earlier. The Isle of Grain out there. Gas venting station. That's what I was on about. You've got one of them in the water as well, but a yellow warning is just one that warns me. Obviously, you'll get red ones that just completely bar you. But I only think I'll get one of them. I'll go right into Chatham. Then you get the airport. Royal Engineers Museum. So you can take off. No, you can't. You got that. So you would need to ring them up then to get into that red zone. Yeah, all where I fly is around there. That's the water I'm flying out into. Where we go every night is down here, right out into there. Yes, it's the Hoop Peninsula, that's called. And I would guess all them power stations, if we go right in here, should hit them somewhere, man. Because there we go, look. See that there, look, power, minor power line, National Grid. Loads of power lines, look. That's what I'm seeing. And also birds, nature reserve I've got to watch out for. Obviously it's a lot of protected marshland down there with endangered birds and that on it. Obviously I can't buzz my drone, well I can, but that would be wrong to do that, do you know what I mean? Buzz your drone around there too much, but I can fly over it and stuff, but obviously it tells me that that is there. And also them main power things, I can fly right over them. Gas venting station, that's what I saw. I saw something that was actually in the sea. Anyway, whatever you're doing, have a